ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. and Lady. This is your boy German. You're tuned into Kinetic Aesthetic. I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. This is another episode of Food for Thought. And this is the segment of my show where I just pretty much tell y'all shit that's on my mind. I just talk about it. I don't really know where it's going to go. I don't really know how it's going to end up. I'm just going to speak. I'm just going to say how I feel. And I'm just going to hope that you all are following along with the ride. This is one of my more... a friend of mine who listened to it, she said that these are more like, intimate. These are more like personal. This is like you're just talking to me. It's like a A-B conversation. There's nobody to see their way into it except us. And I like it that way. So I'm going to keep trying to do it that way. I just wanted to, say some shit. Hope y'all are having a good rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. I do still have another weekly wrap up. I know I called it something else, but that's the names are fucking interchangeable. They're the same type of segment. It's going to be coming sometime this week. It's a little late. I don't have an excuse as why I didn't get it done in time. It's hard. It's hard when you're just doing everything by yourself. I need an editor. If you know somebody who does some edits, hit me up. I am not paying you, but please hit me up. But yeah, no, this is Germ. This is going to keep going. Let's get this shit rocking and rolling. Hey there. Do you ever feel like you're getting old? Do you ever feel like the days are just slowly melding into one another and you can't really tell which one is which anymore? Like you can't remember if it's a Monday or if it's Thursday, or if it's February or if it's June, or if it's 2022 or if it's 2025. If you start to go through that feeling of just feeling like you're too old or feeling like your best days are getting behind you, maybe what you need is a pep boost, and maybe what you need to do is read a book about someone else and their trials and their tribulations and their experiences as they grew older, as they became their own person. And you can do that by reading the good book made by my amazing sister-in-law, Lucy Smalls. The book is called Margie Wadsworth's Unforgettable Senior Year. As you can tell by the name, it's all about her senior year of high school, loosely based. It's not exactly it. It's not 100% one-to-one, but it's loosely based. But it's an amazing story just about all the trials and tribulations she had to go through, all the juggling she had to do between family, responsibility, schoolwork, love, all of that. And this was before she had even got to college and met my brother. So this is a story that if you have any woman in your life that just wants to read something that's going to relate to her, that's going to connect to her and her growth, this is the story for them. I'm going to tell you right now, whether she be young, whether she be older, get this book. This book is going to make a big impact on a woman in your life. They're going to love to have this person. I know a lot of my listeners are male, but get this book for the important woman in your life. She will appreciate it. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. You might want to read the book your damn self, because it's just a damn good book. Go do it. Now, there's not been much going on in my life. Not much has been really radically shifted or changed since the last time I made one of these. I did, however, just wanted to make a comment on something. Wanted to just talk about something that I've been sort of noticing more and more in my life, and that has been how important it is to just really go outside of your comfort zone, to really not try to just stick to your guns and stick to what you know, because that gives you comfort and makes you feel good. I think that it's important that we all just sort of, every now and then, just do something a little different. If you wake up on the right side of the bed 9 times out of 10, switch it up a little bit. Go wake up on that left side a little bit more. Just switch it up. See how it affects your day. See how it affects your life. I know for me, I have, over the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to just make it a point, be a little bit more social. Get outside of my comfort zone. Go and talk to people a little bit more. Go and integrate myself with just the people around me. You get so caught up in just trying to stay afloat on the day-to-day, to just handle all the shit you got to handle and just try to avoid any extra BS, that you can sort of close yourself off from the world. You can close your heart off. And that's just not something that's good to do. I've actually just sat down and I've talked to just certain people that I hadn't talked to like that before over the past couple weeks. And I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how many people you'll find that you'll actually enjoy and don't suck if you actually allow yourself to to find them, if you give yourself that room. I actually was hanging out with some of my coworkers. This is weird. This is different for me. I really came in the door just like, hey, I ain't gonna fuck with anybody. Just keep to myself, stick to my guns. I ain't gonna really talk to none of them. I'm definitely not gonna try to hang out with any of them outside of here. And they're not bad. I'm definitely still I'm different, but I don't feel like I'm some type of outsider. I don't feel like I'm sort of having to just put on a different side of myself when I go to work completely. Of course, I can't be 100% germ, otherwise, I'm going to tell you right now, I'd get myself fired within an hour. But it's just something that's really relaxing and good to know that, okay, people around here don't suck ass. And it's something that you have to be able to cherish if you have it, and if you don't, you have to look for it, because that's not something that you want to get stuck in the opposite, is what I mean. But no, I've just been doing stuff like that, and it's been just like, just enjoying the view while you're there. Before you move on, before you go and make any big changes in your life, before you go and just, because I don't see myself staying in my current position. Well, I don't see myself staying in Ohio forever, but I don't see myself staying stagnant. I'm someone that definitely believes in that you have to always grow in life. You might eventually find somewhere where you're comfortable a little more so than others, or at least you want to make that your HQ, your base of operations. I haven't gotten there yet, but I definitely know, like, hey, I'm in a much better position in terms of my life compared to where I was before. But I also know at the same time, this isn't the pinnacle. I have not peaked yet. I don't know if I'll peak until I'm like 30. Say like 30, 32. That'll be a physical and life peak. Because I'm probably going to be a late bloomer too. I'll probably peak in my 40s. Some people have later primes than others. I think I might be one of them. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking to my ass, but I honestly believe that. That's like a theme with the men in my family too. Like, aside from my brother, shout out to him. Actually, my brother has not peaked yet either. So he's already awesome now. He's going to be even greater in his 40s, 50s. You never fucking know. But my point is that you don't peak too early, because when you peak too early, you end up like those motherfuckers that were in high school that were doing really well for themselves. Then all of a sudden, they just, you stop seeing them less and less on social media and shit. The next thing you know, you get on it after for the first time in a couple months, couple years. Ah, shit, they done got a baby, they done went to jail, they done did this, they done that. They've done a whole lot of shit, but not a lot of it has been positive. That is not who I ever wanted to be. That's why I never got too worried about being too popular, about being too cool. In fact, and this is not just me coming from a Revenge of the Nerds type mindset. If I would have peaked too early, if I would have gotten everything I wanted in high school, if I had succeeded in every avenue that I wanted to, and you know what, let me just say one thing. I definitely was not I was not a picked on motherfucker. Like, I was not a bully person, so I don't want to sound like that when I'm saying this. What I'm saying is that if I would have been the type of person who had peaked in high school, who had gotten everything he wanted to do, who had achieved every single one of his goals, every girl he wanted to get what he got with, everything like that, I don't know if I would still have that hunger now. And I think that's a big part of why there are a lot of people who peak in high school who don't do shit else in life. Because when you achieve all of your goals, and when you have all the clout, all the whatever you want to call it, it's not even a tangible thing. When you get all of that, it doesn't bode well for you going going further in life, because you don't have that hunger. It's the same reason. Like, people are built different when they go through struggle, when they go through adversity. When you have to fight for your respect socially and other things like that. And I didn't have to fight for my respect socially. I was not one of those. I definitely didn't get bullied. There were people who got stuffed in lockers at high school when I was in high school, so I hate to make it sound, I hate to play the oppression Olympics, if anybody knows what I mean. But you don't want to, my point is that you don't want to do that. You don't want to end up like that. It's one of them things you just got to be careful with. And I'm blessed enough to say that I didn't have everything handed to me. You know, I might have been born in Bolingbrook, Illinois. And here's another thing. I remember I heard somebody in college once tell me, man, this nigga from Bolingbrook, he grew up middle class, he didn't have to worry about nothing. Now, the funny part about it was the nigga was from Schaumburg. That's what blew me. If anybody is from Illinois, you should know Schaumburg is even more, I think that's a little bit more wealthy than Bolingbrook. So that was low-key a little like, nigga, what are you talking about type situation. But the point is, nigga, and not niggas, because it's more than just niggas. Where you're from doesn't mean anything because not everybody knows your story. You could be in the south side of Chicago and still come from a loving, supportive, healthy family unit that just kept your ass inside. You didn't have to worry about none of that extra shit. You got driven to and from school. All of that. That's possible. Chicago and any inner city is not the type of place to where like you just are never going to find somebody who had a good, healthy unit or healthy family. They're not going to just always be coming from nothing and have nobody that ever gave a damn about them. It's not always like that. I think the thing is, though, you have to just keep in mind that everybody's story is written differently. Like I just said, like, I don't know what that man has going on in his life. I don't know what so-and-so has going on in their life. I don't know how Jill is dealing with the bullshit on her end. I don't know how Jack is dealing with his crap. It's all just up to chance. It's all just up to specific people and how they're dealing with stuff. And that's the crazy thing about life, but that's what you have to remember, because it's real easy. Real easy to just sort of group people in and try to just develop this black and white viewpoint on everything. And life is not like that. Life is not conducive to a black and white mindset, because eventually it's going to challenge you. And if you aren't up to that challenge, your ass is going to break. It's just the way it is. Now, you will lose your mind trying to just make everything make sense. Sometimes you just have to go in and understand, I'm not meant to understand this shit. Second you just understand that and just accept that I don't have power or understanding of a situation, I'm just not going to. Life is a little bit more simple. Life just goes a little bit easier for you. I feel like I've went into a bit of a rant. I honestly have I feel like I was starting the NFL season and somehow I ended up in the NBA Finals. I'm not entirely sure if any of this has made sense, but I'm just going to leave it here. You know, I'm just going to leave it here. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Well, everyone, this has been your boy Germ. You've been tuning into Kinetic Aesthetic, and of course, I want to say I appreciate y'all so much for listening. When it comes to everything that we talked about, I just hope you keep that in mind. Just always remember, everybody's got their own story. Everybody's got their own shit they're dealing with. Show some kindness. Show people some grace. That's something big I want to push to y'all. Grace, like Will and Grace, Germ and Grace. Think of it like that. But yes, no, this has been Kinetic Aesthetic, man. I appreciate you all so much for listening. Once again, I can never say it enough, I get on here and I just talk, just say shit to y'all. Y'all don't say nothing, but y'all listen. It just warms my heart. This is how every conversation I have should be. I just talk and the person just listens. But before I make myself sound like even more of a narcissistic asshole, I'm going to let y'all go. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I hope your Labor Day weekend was filled with a lot of fun shit.